Menglong was a rising star in Chinese entertainment, but he was gone too soon at the age of 37. Was it an accident or was it something more sinister? Take note, everything that we have heard so far here are all alleged and unverified, as Menglong's family value their privacy. Menglong was a beloved Chinese actor, singer and model, and he was most famous for his role as Pai Zhen in Eternal Love. However, on the morning of September 11, 2025, around 5 AM, his lifeless body, was discovered on the ground below Building 18 in Beijing's Sunshine Upper East residential complex in the Chaoyang district where he resided. A resident walking their dog found him with blood around his mouth and a pool of blood. He was pronounced deceased at the scene from the fall, which allegedly happened from either the 6th or the 5th floor. Also, allegedly a friend was there and actually covered his face with clothing before emergency services arrived. Covered the face of the deceased Menglong. Which raised an interesting point as, is this really true, as why would a friend be somewhere nearby Menglong's alleged place of residence? When news of Menglong's passing started breaking out on the internet, fans and netizens were shocked, but they were also quick to note the pictures of the scene, especially of the windows that he allegedly fell out from. They noted the windows had safety nets and the safety nets were open from the inside towards the outside. And these safety nets has two primary functions. One, to prevent mosquitoes or insects from flying in. Two, they also act as an anti-fall measure because the frames of the safety net are actually made of very sturdy material. And the safety net, to open them, they would usually require special equipment to open up the safety nets. So the safety nets being opened up so widely open might have indicated that significant effort might have been placed into opening them up besides the window. So you have to open the window and then you have to open the safety net. So fans, netizens were pointing out, why was the safety net opened out from the inside towards the out? They also noted the safety nets on the lower windows, where the lower windows are closed. The safety nets were actually seemingly torn or had scratch marks. So on September 11, 2025, Menglong's studio announced his passing, stating that the police has ruled out criminality after a preliminary investigation. Take note, as of now, there are no official police statement, which is common in non-criminal cases. But then, this story has fueled a lot of speculations on the internet. So much so that speculations on Menglong's passing right now is being heavily censored over at the country where he resided in. Menglong's mother also posted on Weibo via his agency on September 16, 2025, saying that her son accidentally fell after consuming alcohol, citing immense pain and urged fans to please stop speculating, give the family their peace and let them grieve for their son. It should also be noted that Menglong's blood alcohol was 3 times the limit when his lifeless body was found. And because the authorities have not issued an official statement because it is deemed a non-criminal case, and there are speculations non-stop on the internet over, his cause of death, he started to feel distrust and heavy censorship started happening, with allegedly over 4,300 Weibo posts removed that has all the alleged variations and evidence that we are about to go through right now. So what actually happened on the night of September 10 leading up to September 11 in the morning where Menglong's body was found? According to the official timeline, Menglong had dinner with friends at a colleague's home on September 10 evening where heavy drinking took place, over 10 plus bottles of alcohol. Very heavy drinking. Yu then returned to his residence alone and fell around 5 AM around September 11 while intoxicated. Which fans and netizens are quick to point out once again, was it a fall accidentally because the safety nets were not exactly easy to open with? How do you also explain the scratch and torn marks on the lower window? And now we have variations, alleged variations and alleged evidence that started showing up on the internet, being shared online after his passing. The first variation is one of the wildest one I've read, and really wild and horrifying to read, and also I would suggest take it with a pinch of salt. It is pretty much, I leave you to decide. So the wildest variation was Menglong have been the victim of harmful social conduct since August 31st, escalating to 2-3 days of even more brutal social harmful conduct towards him by 11 to 17 powerful figures in his circle. And he has been the subject of group SA, group assault, even injections, even being hanged upside down, as you will see later, alleged evidence. And they also claim that his unaliving may have been staged as an accidental fall. And this alleged variation was very wild, claiming that it's even possible that he might have possessed certain evidence which caused him to be the subject of such harmful social behavior, so that he would give up the evidence. And even some claiming that his date of passing was actually not on September 11, but maybe even earlier, but was posed as a fall on that day. Besides the official timeline, the first variation, we also have another variation where Menglong went to a party at a friend's luxury flat, which had 5 to 15 attendees. Started around 8 PM, there were heavy drinking involved, and then locked himself in a bedroom post 2 AM, and his body was found in the morning around 5 to 6 AM. But this variation wouldn't make sense if they claimed that place was Menglong's place of residence. And then the internet started showing up with alleged evidence of him. The first was this photo. There is a darker one of him. There's a darker photo of this which shows, allegedly you can see here 2 figures at a window seemingly holding a body upside down. And then the contrast was turned up and it showed clearer. You can see the 2 figures holding someone upside down. So they are claiming that this figure dangling from that lit window could possibly be Mr. Yu. And he was dangling there, struggling, which would also, how people explain, that might explain how there were scratch or torn marks on the safety net on the lower windows. But apparently this photo alone was also heavily censored over at the country where Menglong resided in. And then we also have this voice clip. This was the voice clip that got me into this deep rabbit hole. This was the voice clip that started it for me after I was aware of news of his passing. In this voice clip, you could hear a man crying and screaming, and the captions, he briefly, loosely translated, the man screaming can be heard saying, "I followed the rules since I was young. You can play me until I'm unalive. I won't be threatened anymore." Followed by pleads like, "Let me go." Fans have claimed that this voice clip matches Menglong's voice. However, there have been no audio forensic analysis done on this voice clip. So we cannot say for certain that this voice belongs to Mr. Yu. Though for many, this was the voice clip that haunts them till now. And we also have this alleged video that has been going viral recently. A black and white video which shows a group of people in a room and the man being dragged across the floor. Allegedly bears resemblance to Mr. Yu Menglong. Some speculations feel that this video might be tied to the wildest variation we've heard that allegedly Yu Menglong have been the victim of harmful social conduct since August, leading up all the way until his body was found. But most sources that show this video, they show it zoom, clip, kind of out of context. We managed to find this video here that actually shows the timestamp this time. And the timestamps clearly shows the video was taken on 2025, April 9 on a Wednesday. Sure, you might be confused if the timestamp meant actually 4th of September. But if you were to check the calendar, the 4th of September is actually a Thursday, whereas the 9th of April is actually a Wednesday, which matches up with this timestamp. So this black and white video had a timestamp of April 9. So pretty much, unless video forensics analysis can be done and can be verified that the person that resemble Yu Menglong allegedly in the video is him, we have to discredit this video here. And then we have the cremation that took place 5 days after Yu Menglong's body was found, which is standard in urban China for hygiene purposes. His body was cremated by September 16, also the day where his mother posts a statement via his agency. Fans were asking the family not to rush cremation, as cremation might destroy alleged evidence of any harmful conduct done towards Yu Menglong. And there are alleged leaked reports that we also cannot verify that, Yu Menglong's blood alcohol level was 3 times the limit, and also alleged claims that there was an unidentified substance found in the stomach, which leads to the claims that he might have been a victim of injections too. Allegedly, the family did waited for autopsy reports before cremation, but the results of the autopsy reports we may never know, as the family values their privacy. And the family has also, through Yu Menglong's agency, posted a statement, like we've mentioned earlier, on Weibo, asking fans to please stop with their speculation. So what really happened to Yu Menglong? Has the truth actually been in our faces the whole time, as claimed by Yu Menglong's agency? Will the authorities release an official statement to quell all these speculations and put it to rest? Will his family share the autopsy results that they allegedly waited for before his cremation? I guess we may never know, but we do know his family do wish for privacy and stop speculating on the cause of his passing. Once again, I can't help but think about the voice clip that got me started into this deep rabbit hole. Our thoughts and condolences to Yu Menglong and his family and his loved ones.